how does this, how does the semi-limit of talents at Crossout like sit with you? Like, what does that?
So I definitely think Crossout is one of the ones that was definitely, it's had its time due. Talons has floated in and out of formats and become more relevant as, we've gotten into more of these, formats where people are just jamming 15, 20 hand traps in. The thing with Crossout going to one is especially relevant, though, because people are going to be disincentivized from just playing like one of cards to rip off of, Crossout or whatever. We've seen in recent YCSs, some of the Ryziel lists are sitting there playing, one ofs or two ofs just to hit off of Crossout, in addition to the fact that it just hits in the mirror. Whereas Talon's floating in and out of formats, I think it's one of those cards that wasn't going to float out anytime soon, and just the ability to rip one from hand is usually relevant if your opponent, like, has opened a hand trap that was not specifically imperm. Now it's definitely, I think you're going to see a lot more lists going to like one called by, one Crossout, one Talons, and I think that would be fine. But I definitely think the better utility on Talons, aside from just the hand rip, was how good it was going second and being able to, just take a card off your opponent's board. It forces out basically an interaction on its own, if not multiple.
It was just kind of like a card you could throw at anything. I think the fact we have one Crossout, one Talents, and one called by means like your hand traps are going to be resolving a lot more now. I think mirror matches are going to get a lot better too in general, which I think the Ryziel detonator limit also is going to make the Ryziel mirror match a lot more tolerable, but we'll talk about that. Maybe I'm wrong